Hello. Yo, yo. Madden. Madden 18. 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 Teams Madden hating. Rookies. Super Bowl's a bitch. She batting waiting. Yeah. Tagging you rich, man, I need the same thing. Not a clown, but admit, I just need a little bit. Yep. I just need a little hit. I got a little track set, finna get lit. Got a quarterback sack filled with the shit. Corner for a rag, man, a bitch better sit. I'm so fucking sick, hit the fucking truck stick. Put her on her back, that's laying on her six. She down when I touch, she dance with a pick. She run when it's tough, she throw like a trick. Defend when it's rough, but hole getting slick. I'm back with the lines in the trench, mastermind. Back with the shine, defense gonna grind. Offensive when it's time, I'm out of my mind. I'll kill you on a rhyme, yeah. Madden 18, Madden 18, Madden 18.
We are back! It's Champions Football League back on Madden NFL Football. The CFL is back strong for Season 20, and tonight we enshrine a new group of inductees into the CFL Hall of Fame. We have the Bears and Browns squaring off in tonight's Hall of Fame game while we celebrate the accomplishments of 5 individuals who led their teams to CFL success over the last 5 seasons. I am UD Vikings, and I have Quasi and Jay joining me for tonight's coverage of the Hall of Fame game and induction ceremonies. Quasi, Jay, isn't it great to be back here in Madden season, getting ready for some serious action in the CFL?
I'm hyped, Jay. I'm hyped, bro. It's been
I'm hyped.
It's been a long nice little summer break. And like Kenny said in the intro, Madden 18. Madden 18. What more can you say, man? I'm ready to unveil these Hall of Famers that we've got. We're inducting tonight. We'll induct one. We'll reveal one right before the game starts, and then we will do one at the start of each quarter for the rest of the game. We've got 5 inductees going in. The game should kick off maybe in about 10 minutes or so, depending on if Strange and Speak are ready to go.
You guys excited for the league this year? What are you looking forward to the most, Jay? I know you're back in the league finally. What are you looking forward to getting back into?
Man, I am so excited to be the Titans again. I'm going to be motivated this year, using my squad, having Marcus Mariota. Last time I was a Tennessee Titan user, I was using Jake Locker, so
oh wow,
I'm really excited. It's going to be a good season.
I love the offensive weapons you have on that team between Corey Davis. You've got the two-headed running back between DeMarco Murray and Derrick Henry. You've got Delaney Walker. You've got a pretty good offensive line. I think you should be excited over there.
Yeah, the Titans pretty much have everything I could want. I mean, of course, we need some help in the secondary, and I plan on fixing that in the seasons to come. But I think we're going to be able to hold it down for Season 1 and definitely surprise some people.
I think so. I think it should be fun. Quasi, how you excited about the Ravens over there for the year?
I'm excited about the rebuild, but at the same time, you know, I hate I keep saying it, but I just hate having fake players on my team. And I got a roster where I'm going to have probably half my team as fake players before all is said and done, unless we can hit up free agency heavy. But I'm definitely excited about the rebuild, and my division's going to be fun. And shout out to Baker, man, because you brought up the dual-headed running backs and the Titans. Made me think of Baker again. Shout out to Baker with the big job opportunity. He should be back in the league in probably 2 months. And meanwhile, we brought back AWOL, hoping he doesn't go AWOL again and becomes a solid contributor. Maybe he'll pull a crazy D from last cycle and, you know, become a stable force in the league again.
Yeah. I'm pretty excited. I'm making the move over to Buffalo this year after a couple Madden cycles in Minnesota.
Right.
It's going to be nice to get to a new division of new opponents, new stadiums, new players, new teams to face against. So I'm pretty excited. Get a little dynamic attack with Tyrod and LaShawn McCoy. I am a little disappointed to lose Sammy Watkins and Ronald Darby through trades, but hey, I get some more draft picks, and now I've got an extra first, second, and third in next year's draft. So hopefully I can do like you're saying, Quasi, add some fake players to this team for next year.
It seemed like every other day, like the last couple of weeks, the Bills were trading away some of your guys that were sought as like big time players and contributors for your
Reggie
team.
Ragland, Bolden retired. I'm just hoping I don't lose Tyrod or Shady next. I'm keeping my fingers crossed.
All right, they just got to make it one more week.
One more week. That's all. You're right. Is there anything else you guys want to talk about with the league? How we're going to get things moving on, or do we want to get right to the first Hall of Fame induction?
I know these guys are ready to play. I'll just say we're continuing to work on the sliders. We got 1 week to get it right now. Hopefully they release rosters Wednesday or something so we can get the league created Wednesday and not last second on Thursday. But we're going to keep tweaking with this quarterback slider. Hopefully they don't release a patch that ruins everything, but at the same time, I'm not really worried about it because we're not really tweaking anything. Obviously all the gameplay could change and then we'd have to come up with something, but this 95 tackle slider has been beautiful. Good jukers in the right situations are still able to make a move, but with this 95 tackle, you don't see dudes just setting 4 tackles, and you feel like, at least when I played, I was the Seahawks in one of my scrimmages, and Earl Thomas was Earl Thomas. It was nasty, and like there was a situation where Ty Montgomery tried to juke back inside on him on his angled pursuit, and he just tackled him like it was easy. So that was really something nice to see for sure.
And I was using the Browns against the Steelers, and I definitely saw Duke Johnson do some nice stuff with the jukes, but it wasn't overpowered. And then on the other hand, Isaiah Crowell was much more of a trucker. If you tried to do any jukes with him, wasn't working.
Right.
So, but it wasn't like you were talking also. It wasn't an instant make a guy miss either. There was nice gang tackling, and in one-on-one situations is when those jukers or truckers really were able to strive.
And in tonight's game, I bumped the slider up to 12 on quarterback accuracy rather than 10. We'll see how it plays tonight. Obviously, we got a good way to judge it, sort of, I guess, because we got 2 young quarterbacks with okay attributes. Obviously, they're really good to build with Trubisky and Kaiser. So we'll see how it plays out. It'd still just be really nice to have an elite quarterback play like an elite quarterback and a mediocre one play like a mediocre one and miss some throws. But
we want to get to the first.
Let's just unveil the first guy. I think he's kind of an obvious one, in my opinion, at least, and that is Khalil Mack out of the Oakland Raiders, usured by none other than Pats fan.
Pats fan.
The king of getting a beastly lineman when he had Henry Melton back at the Patriots. Let's see, what did he do? In the 5 seasons last cycle, Khalil Mack tallied 432 tackles, 96 of them for loss with 86 sacks, 14 forced fumbles. Dude was a absolute monster, and I apologize, UD. I actually did this out of order. I clicked on the first thing I saw on the stream instead of doing it in the right order. That's all right. His best season that he had was season 5. He recorded 27.5 sacks, outrageous, and 94 tackles. The 27.5 sacks, I think, was 7 more than he had in any other season. during the cycle, and that is a CFL record. We got a couple record setters heading into the Hall of Fame tonight. Thoughts on Khalil Mack? Not much to say. Just the dominant force at defensive end. He was able to stand up and make some plays in coverage as well. All around monster. I felt like you kind of knew when he was in the draft that he was just going to be a stud out of the gates in real life too.
Yeah, he definitely had the look coming out of Buffalo. The one game I watched him, that Ohio State game, Quasi, he definitely dominated that in real life. But just from a CFL perspective, I unfortunately, being in the NFC last year, didn't get much of a chance to see Mac other than on streams. But like you said, he was just a monster, shutting down the edge, getting to the quarterback, forcing fumbles, just dominating in that season 5 with 27.5 sacks. Mac is unquestionable deserved candidate to be, or deserved inductee, into our Hall of Fame.
Let's see what Kenny can do back in Oakland, back at home, back in the CFL with Khalil Mack.
That's right.
Let's see if Elite plays like Elite this Madden.
It should, from what we've seen.
Let's get to this game, man. I think they're ready to go. We can, get to see some CFL action early before the season actually starts. We'll probably just bullshit around and talk about the league as a whole during the course of the game rather than a serious play-by-play broadcast, kind of summer league this a little bit. So you guys, when you're ready, go ahead, ready up, and let's get it going.
Bears and Browns, you are right. This is two young quarterbacks going at it. A depleted Bears receiving core.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting what he can do now, losing Cam Meredith last week. Browns making some moves today, getting rid of a backup lineman, and Joe Hayden cut, possibly heading to the Steelers.
I think it's going to be great to see what Strange can do with Corey Coleman and Kenny Britt out there. We don't know what's going to happen with Josh Gordon as far as season 1 for us, but what he can do with Britt and Coleman is a nice big small combo out there. I really want to see what he can do with that.
Right.
And then also, how can he get Duke Johnson involved in the game? Is he going to use him in the slot? Is he going to bring him in more passing situations? How's he going to spread the line? What's he going to do to get Duke involved? Because you got to get him involved.
Right. Definitely. So the game's loading up. While the game's loading up, you know what? I was just going to do it at some point in the first quarter, but let's go ahead and unveil another one. Should we? Another one? Jay, you're quiet. Should we do another one, or should we wait till we get a couple drives in and give each team a drive first?
Another one.
No, we'll let it. How long is this gonna take to load? I'll try and hit it during in between drives.
Okay.
I probably got plenty of time with the loading though. There we go. Same old Madden loading screens as last year. Sadness.
Man, someone needs to give Kaiser a comb though. They couldn't give him a comb before he took that picture though.
He's probably got the makeup on, bro. He's probably got the makeup on too. All right, we're live down there in Soldier Field. If you guys are still listening, Speaker Strange, make sure you reset your depth charts. Make this as close to a real game instead of a scrimmage as possible.
After quarter 1, that'll be. This is week 4, I believe, of the preseason.
Yep. Ugh.
Ooh, that juke.
That juke,
nifty
though.
Juke. Let's go.
Against special teamers, I'll take it, man.
That was 1-on-1. Who was that? That was number 15. I'm not sure who that was.
Number 15. Is that one of those receivers that's competing for a spot? That's Mario
Or is that
Alford.
Ricardo Lewis?
It was Mario Alford.
Okay.
Unless it was 16, Rennell Hill. I think he's been doing well in the preseason for them this year. Deshaun Kaiser taking his first snap under center for the Browns this cycle.
David Njoku is going to be a big target, I think, for Strange this year. That athletic tight end.
I'm honestly shocked that he's still setting at an 82 overall right now. He has hardly played in the preseason. I think one game.
Oh.
Player is strung out there.
Bears D-line did a nice job of containing that.
I'm really shocked that he's an 82 still, though, to be honest. He hasn't done anything in the preseason, and he played 1 game out of the 3, I believe, or maybe he played 2 out of 3.
Right.
But be interesting to see if they make these updates for the preseason rosters or not.
Yeah, give it some time here. You know, because week 3 is in the books. That's when all the major games should have been played already. So hopefully we see an update here, and we can see that. Speak back into the 3-4, running a 3-4 this year again. Ooh, look at that
Trying to run Crow. Is that what's that dude's name? I can't think of his name. Jarrell Freeman making the tackle. That's easy peasy.
Yes. Trying to run Crowell out of the trying to run a little power back downhill out of the shotgun.
This team with the 3-4, like, it's really interesting seeing the Bears in general as a team running the 3-4, but with those 2 middle linebackers with Freeman and Trevathan in there, man, that is nasty with the tackling.
Well, and then you got Leonard Floyd coming off one edge, and I forget who the other outside linebacker is.
They've got Pernell McPhee too, and they've got Justin Houston. They're loaded.
Yeah.
And Willie Young is ball's tipped in the air.
Justin,
Lamar Houston.
Sorry, yeah, Lamar Houston.
Yeah. All right, good 3-and-out for the Browns defense in the first go around.
Strange might be lagging with the connection issues he's been dealing with, and while the ball is being punted, unless something crazy happens, I'll take it down. But we'll go ahead and announce the second inductee, who was supposed to be the first inductee because of how obvious he was as the ball goes out of bounds, and that is Amir Abdullah from the Lions. Just killed it all year. Aggravated people with the jukes in space, breaking tackles on tosses that are blown up, housing many scores of probably more than 40 or 50 yards. He tallied 6,700 yards, just over 6,700 yards over the course of the 5 years, with 78 touchdowns, averaging 5 yards per carry. And on top of that, he had 1,500 yards receiving and 13 more touchdowns that way. And his season best was the second season of the cycle with 1,459 yards rushing, 356 yards receiving, and 24 total touchdowns. I believe 20 of those on the ground. As an ugly-looking pass from Trubisky on the out there.
Amir Abdullah, I must say, I played him twice a year for 5 seasons, plus about another 3 playoff games. So I got to face off with him for 13 games last cycle. As much as I could do to contain him on any one game, there were some games where you were holding him to like 15 carries for 35 yards. All it takes is 1 reception on a little out, 1 toss, 1 stretch, and boom, he could break that 60-yarder instantly, and Cody knew what to do with him.
Nice connection there. And Victor Cruz, they'll be leaning on him. They're basically leaning on, 4 acquisitions at wide receiver this first season, as Cam Meredith is lost for the year. We've got Victor Cruz coming in.
They still have Kevin White.
They do have Kevin White, depending on him a little bit now with that injury, to step up and finally show why he was a first-round pick with all that speed. But they brought in Victor Cruz, Kendall Wright, Marcus Wheaton, Ruben Randall. I don't know if he was there last year or still with the Giants, but they've got 4 veteran, basically 4 slot receivers that are going to be filling up this depth chart this first season. So they're probably going to lean heavily on Zach Miller and Deion Sims this year, I would think. Multiple and then, tight end sets.
Heavy dose of Jordan Howard out there.
As he runs the ball there and gets blown up by Jamie Collins on the play. Yeah, Jordan Howard was to me, he wasn't a surprise. I thought he was a stud at Indiana. I thought he would be a stud. Was he a 4th or 5th round pick? And he just tore it up last year. And Madden has blessed him this cycle as well.
Right. As soon as he got that opportunity, he basically took that job and ran with it, never looked back. And you're right. He was only at Indiana for 1 year there after transferring from that was when he transferred from UAB when they did away with their program. He got that free transfer.
Trubisky had a man in the middle. He's going to try and tuck it down. Might have been trying to throw it away there.
He had that middle route open, but looking for the scramble.
Good contain there from
containment.
Yep. That was Dominique Alexander in on that play, I think. Interesting.
Yeah, it was.
Do you think the Browns can compete this year right off the bat? We know we got a good user with Strange, and it's a very, very young roster. The vertical was
Ooh.
attempted down the seam, picked off there by Jamar Taylor, I believe.
That was a tight window, and that was a
Off
good
the
play.
deflection.
I believe that was that Jabril Peppers on the breakup, or was that Calvin Pryor?
I think it was
couldn't tell.
Calvin Pryor. I think he's starting at free safety right now for this Browns team. Our strong safety is Jabril this year, yeah.
Right.
In real life, I think they've got
back to-
Kindred and play action from Kaiser under pressure. I like that
good.
speed. I like that
Kaiser
speed
getting
breaking away.
separation.
I like that. Who was he
Yeah,
getting
cut
separation from, though? Was
Was
that
that
a down
Goldman?
lineman, or was that like Houston or somebody?
Well, Lamar Houston should be more of a. I don't believe he's that fast anyway.
Right.
Where's our replay guy at?
Hold on, I got it over here. Let me see what number it was.
Kaiser has the 78 speed.
It was 91.
Was that Willie Young or something?
I'm not
he's
sure.
97.
Let's see.
It's Eddie Goldman, I believe.
Yep.
It's a
Okay,
good
yeah,
tackle.
that's good then. 64 speed. He was
Yeah.
breaking away. I like that. No shoestring tackle. I definitely like seeing that. As they bust Crowell up the
Back
middle
to the
for
Browns.
7.
Strange is a great user. He's gonna have some obstacles to overcome with Cleveland, but that offensive line being revamped is going to be a huge help to him, I think. What they did there, they've got Thomas, Bitonio, Greco, and Zeitler. The right tackle is going to be a little bit of a weak spot, but if you game plan around that, you can definitely overcome that pretty easily.
Yeah, if he focuses in on Cam Irving as a developmental guy, or not Cam Irving, I'm sorry,
gone.
Sean Coleman. He
Sean
focuses
Coleman,
in on
right.
Sean Coleman. I liked him at Auburn, but it's possible he could develop him over a year or two with those.
Mm-hmm.
It's interesting to see if John Greco goes on the block or not. 32 years old, he's stuck on the depth chart. Obviously now, though, with injuries being a thing on the O-line, finally in Madden, other than in Sims and Super Sims,
Right.
he might be worth holding on to because he can play both guard positions, and in a pinch, he could
And some center.
possibly play some center. Yeah, he's shown it
Now,
in the
isn't
league.
he starting at? Is he not starting at right guard for them?
He's starting at left guard for them right now in real life. I think Bitonio's been hurt.
Bitonio's been hurt. Okay.
They got Kevin Zeitler, so.
And who's playing center for them?
J.C. Treader. They signed him from the Packers, hoping he'll be healthy.
Okay.
He was really good. I think he was Pro Football Focus had him rated really high when he actually was healthy, but he had trouble with that the last couple of years. And then they drafted Corey Lindsley from Ohio State. The Ohio State tomorrow night. Ooh, Duke Johnson out of motion in the backfield. I like that, but Crowell stuff for nothing.
Crowell. With Floyd and Goldman, and couldn't tell who the other one was. Getting some nice push up inside.
I'd like to go ahead and announce the Week 1 primetime game will feature these Cleveland Browns again next Friday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. It will be Andrew Wyrick and the Pittsburgh Steelers taking on the Cleveland Browns and Dr. Strange.
Well, we get that rivalry kicked off from night one, Browns-Steelers.
And the Steelers will have Joe Hayden lining up on the other side as Duke Johnson again going in motion out wide. I really like that. As he goes down the
Nice
seam,
throw.
a nice
Kaiser
snag
with a nice
there.
throw.
Yeah, very nice throw.
Yes.
Good job hanging on
was
to
a
the
nice
football
catch by
there,
Lewis.
too. Yes, Ricardo Lewis, counting on him this
Yeah.
year. Kenny Britt, Corey Coleman.
Lewis. And maybe Josh Gordon, depending on how the reinstatement hearing goes next week.
Yep.
See what the Browns can do here. They're going to get enough of a push.
Plenty of push
They
up
got the
front.
push.
He took it outside. Didn't really
Get a
need
nice
to,
hole
but
up the middle.
got in either way. Might be seeing a
Nice
lot
for-
of that
nice
this
drive.
year with Crow, with that O-line.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a good little drive there from the Browns off of the turnovers. That thing looked
He snuck it in
looked
there.
like a screwball off of the leg there.
Cody Parkey.
Is that Parkey or is he going with Gonzalez? He's going with Parkey. Okay. Are the Browns going to carry 2 kickers this year? Because I think
from
they've
the
both
game I
been doing
played-
really well in real life, honestly.
I don't know about real life.
And they
but
drafted
from a
Zane
CFL
Gonzalez.
perspective,
Oh, man.
Parkey has from my perspective, Parkey had a pretty good enough leg to definitely continue to use him, if that's the way that Strange goes.
I have not. I do not like that OBS does not have a fade transition for graphics like
No?
XSplit did.
Let's see what type of
Trubisky
the
back
Bears
out
can do in
there.
this inside zone.
3 wide.
Okay. Checking off. It's interesting when Victor
Trubisky's
Cruz
got
playing
Jordan.
out wide.
Yeah, he had Jordan Howard wide open in the flat, but he hits Zach Miller, who pretty much destroyed last year out of nowhere,
Yes.
honestly. At like 30
He did.
freaking 2 years old. He just went crazy at the end of the year last season.
I'm going to be interested to see how the Bears rotate their outside receiver. I don't know if Victor Cruz still has what it takes to be a
Howard with a nice
outside
cut.
receiver in this league. He's got the moves to win inside, but can he beat guys on the outside?
Right.
I don't know if that can happen yet.
That was Caleb Brantley on that play. Nice little steal for them after his charges were dropped.
Some legal trouble. Yep. Defensive tackle out of Florida.
Second
Nice
rounder,
pick.
taken in the 6th round or whatever it was.
Yeah.
Trying to bust Jordan Howard up the middle, and he
He
might
got
have
the
gotten
first.
that if Madden gives him the right spot, and they do.
Yep. One thing that I haven't seen yet out of the Bears is a lot of, I haven't seen them yet look to get Trubisky on designed move plays in the pocket. Some boots and some other, maybe some sprint outs. I think that'll really come in handy.
Trubisky's going to take off, showcase that athleticism, that underrated athleticism. Picks up a nice 7 yards there.
It's crazy. Trubisky, only 1 year as a full-time starter at North Carolina, able to show out enough, become a number 2 pick in the draft, and maybe be a day 1 starter here in the CFL.
Now, where's Myles Garrett been at? I haven't even seen him yet. I have not seen him make a play yet on that. I'm going to start watching that matchup with, I'm assuming it's Charles Leno out there at left tackle still, which he should honestly be dominating if he's going to be a force in the league this year. That's a guy that he should just be dominating right now.
He just got stoned on that play.
Yes, he did. We got the number 1 and number 2 pick in the draft in this game here. Trubisky emptying it out again
right guard.
with Howard in the backfield as the 3rd down back today.
Bringing that edge rush.
Nice
And he
throw
got it
there.
off
He
on
got
the move.
popped
Dropped it.
by Jamie Collins, earning that
Collins
contract
with a big hit.
in the Hall of Fame game even.
Yeah.
Shout out to me for getting to put the overlay up, though.
Who's back to return here? Is this Peppers?
Yeah.
Yep, didn't go anywhere.
Low key, like Madden leaves a lot of things to be desired as we're through 1 quarter here in Chicago. They leave a lot to be desired, but the fact that they actually put the damn ability for the Browns to run their free safety at Wildcat was a good job for Jabril Peppers to be in there.
We just have to now have Jabril Peppers actually play in free safety, though, because he's a strong safety in the depth charts.
Right. And hopefully Madden updates his position because I'm pretty sure they're starting Kindred at a strong safety in real life. And
So is
Madden's
Pryor just
probably got
gonna-
Calvin Pryor overrated right now or something. But yeah, Pryor's
got
like
that
their
hit power.
backup rotational guy.
Right. Pryor's got that hit power to probably juice his ratings up.
Right.
He is a big-time hitter. So on to the league this year. So do we have anything else lined up for next Friday night, or is it just a single?
It'll just be that
primetime
single game. We were going to try and run a nice doubleheader with the Buccaneers and the Dolphins, followed by the Packers and the Seahawks, but we weren't able to make that connection with those games. So we went to a really good matchup. The only reason I was reluctant is for the Hall of Fame game, having a back-to-back in primetime with the same user with the Browns. But it's all good. It's a really good matchup and a divisional rivalry right off rip, so it should be interesting. That'll be at
What
9
do you think
o'clock.
of-
We'll have a pregame show starting at 8 o'clock. More than likely, with Back and I doing a little preseason
Ratings.
power rankings show.
Okay.
That'll
I
be
like
a
that.
live show.
What are you guys' thoughts on Wyrick going over to Pittsburgh? He's got himself a ton of weapons over there. It's going to be a big change from, I guess not
He
so
had a
much
ton
big
of weapons
change.
in Denver, but not the running back, the caliber of Le'Veon.
Or the quarterback.
Not the
for that
quarterback
matter.
even close to the level of Ben, but he's also now
No.
going from having a crop of cornerbacks to none. I mean, they got some
That is true.
mediocrity
He's got to
compared to especially.
He got to turn his defense up, get a little creativity out there.
Yep.
Doesn't have the Chris Harris Jr., Aqib Talib, Bradley Roby trio to play with anymore. So Kenny's asking in the
I
chat.
like that. Yeah, I was gonna say the same thing.
A double question, kind of two questions in one. Who's an under the radar player that'll break out the CFL season?
Nice strike.
First of all, let's just go with players themselves, and then we'll look about users after that.
All right.
So what do you guys think
I
about
like that
a
strike first and
players?
foremost on the post to Corey Coleman there. Kaiser, man, he's got that cannon. All right,
Kaiser's got a cannon. It's going to be a little erratic at times, but he's got a cannon out there for sure.
Honestly, for me, an under the radar player simply because he's one of the top 3 or 4 passers in the CFL. It's jokes, but it's kind of serious. Is Jay Cutler with the Dolphins for this one season with Tannehill out? Because it's Jay Cutler, man. But with Crazy using him, he could be one of the better quarterbacks in the league just for the one season until Tannehill's back. That's not really that's just me throwing a name out there. That's not my pick, but I was just scrolling through depth charts.
I'm going to throw a name out there that kind of is a corollary off of that. A wide receiver that we haven't seen do a whole lot yet in the NFL, but I think he's going to break out in the NFL this year as well. But Devontae Parker.
Yeah.
He's going to have the ability with Cutler to stretch that field. Jarvis Landry is going to open up, that deep part of the game because he's going to control the underneath part. So I think Devontae Parker could really have a chance to break out this year in the CFL.
Jay, speak of the English today.
What's up?
Who do you think?
A breakout player this year?
Yeah.
In the CFL?
A Madden player, and then a user
Madden
as well.
player.
Breakout player in the CFL. I'm gonna have to be a little biased and have to go with Corey Davis. I think he's gonna be a breakout player this season on Tennessee. Gonna be getting a lot of touches. Looking to get that pass game going this year. So
Is
finally
is Kenny asking for the whole cycle or for this first season though? I'm assuming for the whole cycle.
I would think so. He did say this CFL season, but I think he means for the entire cycle. As far as the user breaking out, I'm going to have to go with somebody who has not been a perennial playoff user in the league, because that's what breaking out is. I'm going to have to say Best going over to San Francisco. I think that division sets up nicely for him. And I think he's going to make that into a team of his own pretty quickly with his own offensive philosophy. I know it's not a lot to work with from the get-go, but I think he's going to be able to do something nice over there.
Oh man, let's see.
Ooh, look at that pressure. Is that corner
I
blitz?
like that. There's his the Buck
Yep,
slant
Bryce
3.
Callahan.
Okay. I was gonna say, was it a nickel blitz? I wasn't really looking, but it was not.
No, but one thing that we have to keep in mind against Speak is the new ID the Mike feature.
Right.
That you can really, that Speak brings those corner blitzes quite a bit throughout the year.
Mm-hmm.
If you see that coming and you can ID that corner, you can really shut those blitzes down immediately.
I'm trying to come up with somebody. I'm scrolling through, man. I want to pick somebody that is not like you did. It's not really a playoff guy that is gonna get in there.
Oh, the
that
screen
was
got redirected.
very interesting right there.
Duke got redirected inside.
How about Magnify? Magnify is finally gonna make the playoffs as a wild card.
I could see that happening. You don't think he can win the division one time?
No.
You think D11's gonna?
We got D11 and E in there. It's gonna be tough, but I think he could.
Tough.
I think he could eke out the playoffs with the wild card one time. What if we need some people to step up too, man? Like we need people to get in the lab a little bit. You know, we had nice run there from Kaiser, picking up 20 on 3rd and 16. We had CV make the playoffs first season of last cycle, and then he just fell off the cliff.
A couple of people that I really want to see step their games up would be the AFC West.
Yes.
You got Yorbor heading out to LA with the Chargers. We've got VGP going to Kansas City, and we've got Kenny in Oakland. I'd really like to see those three step their games up and challenge CP moving out to Denver.
Yep. I want to see Baby Prop. I want to see a 500 season from Baby Prop, man. It's gonna be tough with that team, but sometime this cycle.
And the AFC East. I don't know that AFC East or AFC East up there is gonna be difficult. There's so many tough divisions out there.
It's another man when I'm talking labbing and understanding football more.
Baby Prop's back home in New York. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think a user that a breakout user, I think, will be Johnson over there with the Cardinals this year.
It's another person I was thinking of in terms of labbing. Kenny, you could see some improvements from.
The one thing I want to say, Johnson, if you're listening, you know this from some of the squads games we've been playing. I hope that it really pays off. Get in there, learn your defenses, pay attention to what's happening on the field, what personnel sets coming out there. Try to think ahead of the game and just get out there and make those aggressive play calls. And don't really question yourself. Just make that play.
Breakout player, the under the radar player that's going to do well this year. My official pick is Kyle Jizcock Juszczyk. Because Best's got to utilize that 92 overall big contract fullback that they added this offseason with the lack of playmakers. Other than El Guapo, honestly. I mean, Garcon is cool, but he's washed up. Wow, Tim Hightower's in here as an 82 overall. Interesting.
Well, and they just traded Vance McDonald.
Yeah.
So
Juszczyk, man. Line him up in some trips as a tight end and Browns up 10-0 now.
You can do some creativity stuff. I'm looking to get creative in Buffalo in a similar way with DeMarco and Tolbert along with Shady back there. They could really make for some interesting formations along with Charles Clay. There's a lot of athleticism to be used.
We've got the Bears coming out on offense, and in that light, next Hall of Fame inductee to announce, Alshon Jeffrey, the record setter.
Dude was a monster.
Alshon Jeffrey in the 5 seasons had 7,137 yards receiving on 443 receptions, tallying 51 touchdowns, and his best season came in season 4 of the cycle, where he recorded a CFL record 124 receptions for a CFL record 2,001 yards, and along with that, 8 touchdowns. Had an insane cycle and an insane season, especially.
I feel like I am not just partially, but quite a bit to blame for those 124 receptions. Alshon had a game of 18 receptions for like 230 yards against me. But guess what? I won that game.
Get that win, though. There you go.
I got that win. So everyone else didn't do anything that game. Alshon dominated, catching jump balls, running routes perfectly. Gave up those 18 receptions for 250 some yards, but we won the game. So I do feel like I have something to do with that record.
I like seeing that little inaccuracy from Trubisky on that across the field drag earlier, as he gets a nice one there on the bootleg.
Didn't have much time to throw that. Had to get rid of it.
Bringing up a 3rd and short here. Do you spread it out and hammer away with Jordan Howard, or do you trust Trubisky to keep this drive going with his arms. It is the preseason. See how he can do. Struggling with some accuracy in the medium to short area right now, especially throwing from the opposite hash.
I think you know what you got with Howard. I think you go, like you said, let's see what you got with Trubisky.
Another play action boot right away to Miller again, but sorry, I'm watching the stream archive.
Watching the replay?
Yeah.
Looks like he's going to be throwing a pass here.
A little trail action.
Checking.
Let's break down some divisions. Let's break down some divisions here. And let's start with one of the teams playing right now. How do you think the NFC North is going to play out, and who do you think is going to challenge Cody for that division?
It's a wild division this year. Could have been more wild if UD didn't get out of there, but we'll see how LBJ handles the pressure in there. Morgan with the Packers is really intriguing to me.
It's very
He's
intriguing.
got the best quarterback in the NFL. Best quarterback in the CFL ratings wise. Nice route there from
Very
Jordan
good
Howard.
offensive line.
Really nice route.
Very good offensive line. Very good.
And they picked up Ahmad Brooks as a nice little rotational linebacker today. Oh man, it's Cody. It's a new game though. Ooh, interesting.
I think Cody's user defense is gonna take some adjustment. I'm not saying he's gonna struggle at all. I'm just saying he's gonna have some adjustment periods. The user defense is a lot different this year. You don't have that free range of motion like Cody's used to using in the past. So until he makes that adjustment, there's going to be some great opportunities. And even then, that'll level the playing field even more so. So
right.
I do think that, Speak showed that he could beat him last year.
The inaccuracy on the hit, though.
Might have been hit, though. Yeah, I like it.
Yeah, he was smacked on that.
I do think that somebody will unseat Cody for at least one division title.
If it's gonna happen, it's either gonna be Morgan in the first season, or it's gonna be Speak in like season 3. Once he gets some, in my opinion,
once he builds some stuff up,
right? Once he gets Trubisky developed, adds a few more pieces to the puzzle, then I think he can make a move.
I agree.
Way to drive the pocket there. That was
nice
a beautiful play by Speak,
throw.
Honestly. Good drive.
Yes.
Job driving the pocket and putting the ball in the perfect spot.
I see he's back to using the Patriots playbook again. It's something that he's very familiar with, which will give him that'll be a big advantage for him competing in that nasty NFC North.
Yeah, I know he's been using the Bears book as well.
Another division that I like to talk about from a competition standpoint would be this NFC
Just flip
West.
it to the North real quick. Flip it to the other
Gonna go
North
to the
real
AFC
quick.
North?
Yeah, just flip it there since we got the Browns here.
Yeah, you're right. That's a great idea.
Cohen with a nice cut there.
Cohen's going to be a nice piece for the Bears. Out of the backfield as a receiving back, maybe a little slot action.
And they got Langford still too, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
They should. AFC North, you guys, Quasi, you're in that with the Ravens. We've got Wyrick with the Steelers. Smash is going to Cincinnati, and then we've got Strange here with these Browns. I think it's going to be a very competitive division every year. I don't think any one of you four will ever run away with that division.
I agree. Yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of defensive games. I have a feeling with these users.
Yes.
Which is cool because it's gonna be like the real AFC North.
Yeah, exactly.
Gonna be some great games out there. Just looking at the users, if I was just gonna pick based off who I was looking at in the division, I would probably flip a coin between UQ and Strange winning it, but Wyrick having the Steelers, who are easily the best rated team in that division, and he's no slouch.
Yeah, right.
I feel like he can definitely take that division. And I haven't played against Smash Mouth, to be honest, too often, so I don't know very much about him.
Smash Mouth
But,
is exactly what
impressive,
his gamer tag says.
He was impressive that one season with the Cowboys that he made the playoffs and he was
He made the
pushing it.
playoffs.
He was pushing it too with the Cowboys that season. I think he went
Yeah.
13-3 or something like that, and he
That
won.
the same year he beats
He beat
CP?
CP, and he was pushing for that. He was pushing Cody, I think. I can't remember now if it was
Or
Cody
were those
or
two
not.
different seasons? Or did he make the playoffs only once, or did that?
I think it was just once.
Okay, but
It was his
also
first year with Dallas, and it tapered
a
off
couple
that second
cycles
year.
ago, when he used
Baltimore.
Baltimore,
Yep.
he was a very good user then.
Yep.
So, Trubisky gonna get
oh
in?
my.
Ooh, Trubisky with the spin.
Gutsy
He has
there.
that in his arsenal. He could do
He's
that.
He's athletic. Low key
Where's the
athletic.
college tape? Where's the college tape of that though?
Not much of it. He's only got 1 year of it.
I think personally, I expect myself to make the playoffs every year, but I think it's going to be between Weirk and Strange this first season for sure.
I think it's
For
gonna
the
be
division. I might push for a wild card, but it's going to be tough even then.
I
with
think it's
this
gonna be a
roster I
very
have.
uphill battle that first year for you.
But we'll make it work.
Benny Cunningham too.
They got 4 backs.
Yeah.
4 good backs.
Yeah. You guys want to head out to the 2 West divisions real quick? Because I think both of those are interesting for very different reasons.
Yeah, new playoff users possibly.
I think that in the AFC West, you've got, I think for the time being, until one of these other 3 maybe step up, you've got CP as head and shoulders above the other 3.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
CP's definitely running away with that West, with the AFC West, at least in the beginning.
I'd like to see Yorbor get back to Yorbor of Madden 25.
Indianapolis Colts.
Yep, long time ago, but if he can get back there, he's got himself a very underrated quarterback in Phillip Rivers.
He actually seems legitimately into it here with this comeback too. We got 2 comeback users with him and Kenny in the division that I'm excited to see back in the league. Really excited to see back in the league. That's what makes losing Baker it sucks even more because we pick up like a really, really good user last cycle, a new user.
Yes.
And then we bring back some good old users and then we lose, it just sucks.
But on that note, I am glad to see AWOL back.
Yeah.
AWOL has done some serious things in this league before. He went 15-1 in the final season of Madden 25.
Yeah. Nice cut there from
Crowell.
Crowell.
Crowell getting loose.
Nice run.
The Browns going to go into hurry-up mode? What are they going to do
letting the
here?
clock run here.
Just going to take it to the half. Okay.
Might not know what's going on in that clock. Let Kaiser try and air it out, get the field goal range.
Speak that bubble screen you talked about that's supposed to be fixed, I believe, in the first patch that Madden's releasing. Is that right, Quasi? That's what you've heard?
Yeah. I saw it today.
What's broken about it?
Basically, I've taken some clips of it before in my games. When you run a bubble screen, the guy running the bubble, instead of running behind the line, he'll actually just run like an arrow to the sideline, upfield.
Oh, okay, yeah. I've done that yeah. I thought that was just me being stupid, but that's a glitch or something.
Yeah, it's something that's wrong in the game. Yeah.
Good little half.
I don't know what Morgan wants us to check.
Shouts out to a good little half there.
YouTube chat. Very good half.
No wacky gameplay shit other than that offsides that Strange is talking about. He wasn't even using that player, that cornerback that just sprinted up and ran into the bunch.
And we know here in CFL everybody would decline that penalty, so that's nothing major.
Highlight of the half was definitely Trubisky's spin with his 46 his 46 spin.
I liked Deshaun Kaiser's seam laser to Ricardo Lewis. That was a nice throw.
He had a nice seam laser and a nice post to Corey Coleman, and then I really like Trubisky driving the pocket on that out route in the middle of the second quarter too.
Right.
Howard's having a hard time finding running room, which you would expect with his offensive line.
Jay, what do you expect out of the AFC South this year?
Out of the AFC South, well, I've only played back once, and I think that was when I was
our defending Super Bowl champion.
The Ravens.
CFL Bowl champion.
No, that's Cody. 2 years
Cody,
ago.
I am sorry. I'm sorry. 2 years ago.
I remember playing CV. He had some good games back in the day. And he took over for Cody, I think, when he first left the Jaguars.
Yep.
And then
Have you ever played
I've
Currency
never
before?
played against Currency before, and I played back that one time, but to be honest, I was not into it. It was like that last season I played in the beginning and then stopped playing. But I'm excited about it. Like, I think the South's gonna be fun. Like, I plan to be a lot more competitive than I was last Madden, so I'm looking to mix some things up and give back a little run for his money in Currency.
Yeah, that's awesome. I think that you guys have 4, experienced CFL guys, guys that have been around the block a number of times. I'm excited to see what that shakes out to be.
I will say that I was upset at, originally at the end of last cycle, I was hearing rumors of Cody coming over to the South again and picking up his
there was gonna be some
Jaguars.
crazy shakeups that people were talking about, some super divisions during the offseason.
And I
Oh,
was
boy.
super
Nice pass.
excited for that. Like, I know most people are scared of Cody, but I'm not. And
fun
I
to
was
play.
super excited to bring that back because when Cody first came to the league, he was the Jags and I was still the Titans, and we had some excellent fucking games. So I definitely
No, Cody's a fun user
wish
to play.
we could have had that happen, but I'm happy with the division as it is, and it's definitely going to be some fun.
Yeah, I'm really interested to see what. I'm
I
interested
hope
to see how
that
Currency
Jay
handles
and
Deshaun.
CV elevate their games and KK and back play to their potential, because that could be an awesome division this year, low key.
Very well.
Nice play.
Ooh, nice play.
Said
Is that Courtesy or
Jamie Collins has been
That was
everywhere in
Collins,
this
yeah.
game right now. And shouts out to Trubisky and Kevin White making that catch on that play before. That was a nice strike down the middle of the field. Threw it right behind him, turned him around behind the coverage. It was nice. A lot of nice plays, man. Let's just hope that another day one or whatever first patch of the game doesn't ruin what's been really successful so far, I think, with sliders. And 12 accuracy is doing pretty well right now. These quarterbacks have missed some outs, missed some throws while getting hit. So 12 accuracy isn't looking too bad. We haven't seen anything insane so far.
No, we haven't. We haven't seen any balls sailing out too far out of bounds or anything.
Browns defense is swarming against this running game.
What is he running? Like 10 for 15, I think I saw.
Yeah, something
Yeah.
very bad. We'll catch up.
Let's see what-
Catch up with our next inductee in between plays.
You gonna do it after this if they miss the third down?
Yeah, we'll do it in between plays here. Trubisky with it spread out again.
What's he gonna be able to do?
He's got Cruz
Nice
sitting
usering.
up.
Yeah,
Cruz
he's looking
sitting
for the
up, but he's
first
looking
down.
for the deep one. It looked like.
Yeah,
He
he's
was brought
looking for
down
the
again.
first.
Emmanuel Agba.
He made a good read there, looking for the post against cover 2, but Strange made a good user and took it away over the middle. So, good play all around.
So with our fourth inductee, shouts out to Best and Joey Bosa of the now Los Angeles Chargers, but then San Diego Superchargers. Bosa came in as a rookie and just dominated off the bat. He tallied up 414 tackles, 98 of them for loss, and 86.5 sacks, which was a half sack more than Khalil Mack over the course of the cycle, actually. And along with that, he also forced 11 fumbles. His best season was season 2 of the cycle, where he recorded 90 tackles, 31 of them for loss, 18.5 sacks, and forced 5 fumbles. The Bosa shrug was in full effect in the CFL on Madden 17, man.
Was Bosa the most consistent edge rusher that we had?
Yeah, he was definitely the most consistent. Khalil had a couple low seasons that 27.5 juiced up his numbers. Still less than Bosa, though. But yeah, Bosa was consistent across the board every
if you
year.
just look at that, he averaged 17 sacks a season. And
Yeah.
look at what his highest season was, 18.5.
Yep.
That's consistency.
Guys
Ooh,
are
look at that
finding
blitz.
plenty of
Guys are rolling out.
Nice
Picking up the
pick
block.
up on down the field by Corey Coleman as well there.
Right.
Beautiful,
Couple
man.
nice plays.
It's a thing of beauty this year. Quarterback contain is going to be real against running quarterbacks. Hopefully it actually works, though. That's going to be something to test out is if you actually have
Right.
QB contain on and the athleticism out there, if they will actually contain the edge on these running quarterbacks.
Got Kenny Britt coming in motion here.
Off of
Oh, he
one
throws a
leg.
post.
Off of one leg on the
Dodged
post to Corey Coleman.
He had to.
The favorite target so far tonight. Another man in the running for a spot in the Hall of Fame from the past cycle. Little programming note. Go ahead and flip up the primetime schedule for the upcoming season, where we have announced already the opener, Steelers versus Browns. And we'll go back to that in a second. As Kaiser lines up in the shotgun again.
Bears going to bring some heat. They are bringing some heat.
He's
Got
trying to
through
get
there.
away again.
Ooh.
Nice little touch on the
Did he?
pass, and he hit Duke
stay
Johnson
in?
out
He
of the
didn't stay in.
backfield. An
Oh,
incompletion,
and he
but
didn't get
that
it,
was
though.
nasty
That was
looking
great all around.
That looked
animation.
good.
Yeah, that looked good.
That looked good.
I was impressed with how
What'd
well
that thing
Joe
do?
Freeman was able to dart in through there.
Back to the prime time. This is a schedule that can be flexed, but just for users to know, I will be posting this after the game or tomorrow sometime. It's week 2. We've got Cowboys and Broncos. Week 6, we've got the Lions and the Saints. We'll get back to this in a minute. We're basically doing a primetime game once a week, real life week, once out of every 3 weeks that week in Madden. We will pick the best matchup or an intriguing
Team
matchup.
picks. Very nice play.
And I tried to pick a lot of night games. So, we're sim out here with these 9 o'clock kicks with night games. And, with that Madden logic with scheduling, that's actually halfway decent. We might get a lot of our primetime games to be night games moving forward, starting in Season 2. Because they'll be our Monday and Sunday night games. And a nice play on the ball
Bryce
there.
Callahan.
Callahan is
Flip,
his
though.
boy from last year, man. With those nickel
Flip
blitzes.
animation. We still need to get that fixed.
Yes. Yes, the screen turn, you mean?
Yeah, the screen turn
Yes.
on turnovers.
PSA don't
There's
touch anything on the picks, supposedly. It'll keep them running downfield till the screen flips. I'm not sure about user picks, though. I feel like I had a user pick and it was smooth, but...
Well, the goofy thing about that one is that was a computer pick, so he should have not been touching anything until... Anyway, who knows?
Right. Shouts out to Clint Oldenburg with the like on our tweet for the stream. Back to the primetime schedule. Finish this out. Week 10, we've got Patriots and Broncos. Broncos making their second appearance on primetime. Week 11, Titans and Steelers. Week 14, we've got Patriots, Dolphins. And Week 17, Colts and Texans. We might also pick up a Bills and Dolphins game in a double dip in Week 17, depending on the playoff implications. Trubisky, a little throw on the run across the field, across his body. A little subtle inaccuracy. Like to see that, man. I like to see that. I would love to have Madden show the ability to run that exact same play like 15 times with Trubisky and see the results and compare it to Aaron Rodgers 15 times. But that's a perfect world that we don't have.
Got practice mode.
Once again, with this primetime schedule, it will be flexed. If people can't make it, I'll be hitting up other guys to see if they can make the matchup work on the day and time that we will have everything set up for.
It looks like some really good games out there, highlighting some of our very best users and also some of our very best rivalries out there.
Correct. Trubisky just getting rid of that ball. A lot of coverage sacks coming from the Browns here right now with this dropping coverage. Once again, throw the schedule up. Whoops, sorry. Throw the schedule up. And again, week 17, there could be 2, there could be 3 games that we do. It all depends on how those playoff races wind up, because there are a lot of games that could be for a division up for grabs, or at the very least a wild card game up for grabs.
And one thing I'd like to see moving forward out of Madden is, I don't know, I haven't looked at it this year, but I know last year they didn't always do divisional games in week 17 after season 1 of a CFM.
Right, which was very depressing.
That is very depressing.
Browns starting deep in their own territory here, showing a power look against a pretty favorable box to that right side.
He Geisha gonna run up the middle, backside.
Yeah. Not much doing on a play that should have resulted in a lot more going out to that edge.
Back to these divisions, though.
Yes,
How
sir.
about that NFC West?
Yes, we almost skipped them. Best was about to get salty. It's an interesting division because the to be honest, regression of Rooks last cycle. And then you've got interesting throw down the sideline. Was that illegal touching though?
Nope. Thought he was
Give
out of
him
bounds
36.
for sure,
I thought the game has done a pretty good job detecting illegal touching. So
yeah.
But some nice work down the sideline there. Who was that? Rashad Higgins? Or no, it's Kenny Britt, sorry.
No, it's Kenny Britt.
So the regression of Rooks last cycle, still in Seattle, still a playoff caliber user. He made the playoffs with an ugly record with the Dolphins, albeit the one season at 8-8 or 9-7, I believe. Ooh, a nice move there from.
But then he ended up going 12-4 one year too, didn't he?
Yes.
Yeah.
You've got Johnson trying to get some new beginnings over there in Arizona. Really good team. It's just all up to his play calling defensively, situational play calling, which we're trying to learn this man up a little bit on. It's helping, I think, with Mutt Squats when he's been the D coordinator with us. And then just holding on to the football. You got David Johnson. Don't need to make mistakes throwing the ball. Rely on that defense a little bit if you've got to. Then you've got Prop's brother, Sign, whatever his name is. Play action from Kaiser, and he's going to be taken down there. Leonard Floyd, somebody Speak is going to look to develop heavily this cycle.
Yes, maybe even user.
He showed some promise in a couple of games with the Packers last year, to be honest, in his one season or whatever it was that he played.
Yeah, I played.
Did he play at the end of the cycle? Or?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I played
showed
a couple of times there at the end of the year, and I mean, he's definitely not going to be the favorite in the division, but he's definitely going to be able to compete out there. For sure.
Is he Prop's older or younger brother?
Older.
Slightly older, I think.
Okay.
And then rounding that division out, you've got the Niners and Best. He's a consistently solid but unspectacular user. He had a opportunity to make the playoffs last year. Ooh, my goodness, Duke Johnson.
How the heck did he get out of that?
See, that's what I like to see is the tackling has been 100 and the pursuit's been 100 on my tests I've played with these sliders, but that just excites me that even with 95 tackling, an elite athletic juker can make moves still. So this is looking even better right now, and just in terms of that adjustment with sliders.
Watch the replay. Ooh!
Yeah, he split him, man. He split him. He put his foot in the dirt and got lateral.
He went.
Oh, Lord. Oh.
So I think there's 3 divisions we haven't touched yet. Let's round out our.
We're not finished. We're not finished with that West yet. Crowell trying to juke back in.
Not finished with that West yet.
No, we're not finished. We gotta. What do we? Who is gonna take that division season 1? Are we just gonna go with the best? Pick. We going with the best team in the division, or are you gonna? You got Best, right? You went with the Niners?
I'm going with Best. I think that Rooks is going to have a lot of struggles with his offensive line early on. It's going to take a lot to develop them. I think Johnson's going to have some growing pains in Arizona, just getting used to, getting back in the saddle. I do think he could be a force to be reckoned with by the time it's over, but I think it's going to take a little bit of growth. Yeah. And then I think, like we said, Prop's brother is going to take some getting used to in the CFL.
Nice screen there to Crowell. I don't know if he was turboing there and shouldn't have been. Let his blockers get upfield, but either way, a nice little pickup for a first down. Jay, who you got in the West this year?
Man, I'm leaning between Johnson and Best. But you know what? I picked Johnson to be a breakout user this season. And I'm gonna stick with him. I think he's gonna get it together, and I think he's gonna take this division.
As the clock runs out here in the third quarter of the CFL Hall of Fame game, presented by Tough Actin' Tenactin. Shouts out John Madden.
And shout out to Nem Grant.
Nem Grant, yeah, appreciate the love, bro.
YouTube chat.
Fourth quarter starting out here. Deshaun Kaiser is going to be out in the I form with Danny Vitale and Isaiah Crowell. 1st and 10. Deep in Bears territory.
They're showing pressure.
And he's going to drop back into the
Kaiser's gonna
shotgun
check,
now.
trying to get something deep. Chucking it. Bears were bluffing.
Nice little play underneath there from Kenny Britt. Just picking up a couple yards.
All right, Quasi, what's your NFC West pick?
I'm going to go with Rooks just by default right now with that defense. I don't trust first-year 49ers and the quarterback issues, although I think you should just go with Hoyer and be done with it.
Right.
And that roster just in general is a heavy rebuild still. And I just don't trust Johnson enough to pick him, even though that roster is outstanding. And hopefully we can see a new and improved Johnson in terms of keeping the football and lowering those interceptions. Same thing goes with Kenny. Nice coverage sack there from Akeem Hicks. Might have taken him near out of field goal range. I haven't seen what the wind's like here tonight, though.
It's a crosswind, 17 miles an hour.
Ugh.
So, I don't know if it's got any headwind into it, but definitely mainly crosswind. So.
And again, to recap, tonight we had Khalil Mack, Alshon Jeffrey, Joey Bosa, and Amir Abdullah inducted from our Madden 17 cycle into the CFL Hall of Fame. And yeah, that nice block pickup there by the tight end. Kaiser's been getting loose on that left side of the field all night. That's where he's been scrambling to all night, it seems. That is Leonard Floyd's side of the field.
Yeah. He's doing a good job of escaping the pressure. A lot of times I've seen this scramble coming on blitzes from his right side.
Fresh set of downs now inside the red zone for the Browns. And Duke Johnson joining into the backfield now. Explosive receiving threat out of the backfield. Going to run the flat route. He's got it, but Kaiser's looking core to the end zone. Nice touch. Ooh. And then a hell of a play by David Njoku. The rookie connection there.
Yeah, nice read, nice touch, nice catch.
I like the touch. I like the slight inaccuracy.
And then Njoku went to get it.
It just looked good. Madden looks the same, but it plays a lot better this year, man. And the lighting is beautiful with the Frostbite engine.
Ooh.
Hopefully we get more out of it next year, more out of the engine next year and what it's capable of with true step and things like that.
Bring the physics motion.
Yes, we need that true step. We need to get rid of the zigzagging, which our league does on its own, but we need to get rid of the ability to be running vertically down the field and cut at a 90-degree angle and actually gain speed. A normal human is not capable of doing that, and it's corny.
Just look
in
at
terms of gameplay. Corny as fuck, bruh. Programming note again, Week 1 kicks off in the CFL next Friday night with the CFL opener between the Cleveland Browns, these Cleveland Browns, and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Friday night at 9 p.m., September 8th. Pre-game show at 8 o'clock with the CFL opening power rankings and a little bit more.
That's right. Ooh.
That hole closed up quickly yet again, man. The Browns defense, this front has been owning the Bears.
Well, it is a scary front with Garrett and Shelton, Jamie Collins. It's a difficult front. They're going to be Caleb Brantley is doing some work in there.
Yeah, with those young players, they could be pretty dangerous within a season or two, the start of the cycle.
Right. Don't forget Emmanuel Ogba. Yeah, it's a scary defensive front. Leno's been holding up, though, against Garrett.
Yeah.
He's done nothing.
Nice job by Kevin White. He's showing some hands today, actually. He's made a couple good catches. Yeah, Leno's been holding up. Garrett's name has not been called. I haven't been paying 100% attention to that matchup.
Every time I look, though, he's getting shut down.
Yep. Yeah, Bears have some work to do at the tackle positions, and Kyle Long, he started out hot. Nice pass there to Kendall Wright.
Nice throw. Yeah.
What we got to hit now? We got to hit the we didn't hit the NFC East yet. Let's float over there.
Or the AFC East or the NFC South. We got to bust through those.
To the NFC East with D11 returning.
D11's back. You got E in Philadelphia. Magnified.
I hate that animation. I hate it so much.
New York, and I always forget who's in Washington.
Krilla is in Washington, a
Krilla.
diehard Redskins fan who I'm hoping will be one of those guys that needs to lab and not just think he should be able to walk into this league and compete right off the bat because he's good at NBA 2K. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully he'll be devoted to the league like that. I hope he also sticks
around. He is definitely has some long-term potential.
Right, he's a good community member regardless, but hopefully he sticks around in the Madden aspect of it. Trubisky got plenty of room to run. And he's showing his athleticism as he slides.
He almost got Trent Greened right there.
Yeah. So in the East, we got D11, like you said, returning, and that's who my favorite for the division is, even though he's been a year away from the game. My order will go D11 with the Cowboys, E with the Eagles, and Mac with the Giants, followed by Krilla and the Redskins, as Trubisky sets up a nice-looking potential here on the screen. Good open field tackle by Joe Schobert, though. But they pick up the first down.
For year one.
Agreed with all that? Jay, how about you?
Yeah, I definitely have D11 winning it.
Yeah, I think he's got a great roster, and if he can step back to where he's been.
Throwing some shade at two users that have played every season. Well, no, Matt quit. Shouts out to Matt quitting when he said, I would play every game until Madden 18 comes out, to be honest. And then he bounced.
I do think, though, that he's not going to let that division go quietly.
No way.
Let's just say that.
No, I don't say Dante, a D11 is going to win it, disrespecting E at all. I played him once, and when he was the Bills, right? He came in as the Bills, right? Yeah, and he was quite annoying with LaShawn McCoy. So, I mean, I definitely respect his user skills, but I just know D11. And with that roster that he has to work with now over there in Dallas, I think he's going to be hard to deal with. Very hard to deal with.
Yeah.
Nice post there to Victor Cruz. Vintage Victor there. Trubisky with another nice throw over the middle. He's had quite a few nice throws over the middle and struggled throwing from the right hash to the left sideline.
That's right. You guys want to round out the division?
Let's shock the world real quick. A little fifth sleeper into the Hall of Fame tonight is going to be James Bradberry out of the Carolina Panthers, CP's rookie quarterback that rose from probably a low 70s or mid 70s, I'm not sure, to a 97 overall when all was said and done at the end of the cycle. Trubisky taking off again up the middle. Nice little cutback there. These guys
put on some spy or something. I don't see how it works.
No spy, no contain. They did have cover 2 invert with the contain on, though, but that's not going to help running up the middle. Bradberry, though, 380 tackles, 2 sacks. Obviously, you don't expect huge numbers from a cornerback there. He had 22 interceptions and 48 pass breakups, which Madden doesn't do a great job tracking. They do it way less than it should be. Nice little play there. Interesting. His season best was as a rookie in season 1, where he had 83 tackles, 5 for loss, with 9 picks and 14 passes broken up. James Bradberry was a stud all cycle, out of nowhere. People learned to stop throwing the ball to CP's defense after their first cycle, to be honest. But those two rookie cornerbacks tore it up. Those 2 rookie cornerbacks coming in, him and Daryl Worley, just tore it up in the first season. Nice pass there.
Oh, he dropped it.
Zach Miller getting blown up. Peppers and nice play there. Jamie Collins has been around the ball the whole game, man. He's got 2 sacks. He's been around the ball, broken up multiple passes. He's been impressive.
Yeah, Jamie Collins, you're right. Seems to show up all the time.
Where are we headed? AFC East. We got the Jets.
AFC
we got
East
Prop
AFC
with
South.
the Jets. We got Crazy D with the Dolphins. Pats fan back with the Patriots. And UD, yourself, with the Bills.
That's right.
We got a lot of 3. This is on Xbox One, Grant. We've got a lot of divisions where there's 3 really, really good users, and then another guy. Nice job there by Zach Miller holding on.
Yeah.
Right. I don't know what to do here because Crazy D gets nerfed a little bit. I mean, Tannehill wasn't an amazing quarterback, but he gets nerfed a little bit having Cutler. But still, that roster is pretty good and has some really good playmakers. Jay Ajayi had a nasty season last year despite having a pretty weak offensive line. So I think he led the league with yards after contact on runs. by a lot, or he had like a crazy amount of his yards after
I
contact.
think he was right up there with Zeke and Jordan Howard, but he
Yeah.
led the league for sure.
I don't know how to rate this. The Bills, it sucks because the Bills lose Sammy Watkins from a Madden standpoint. He's really a good player from a Madden standpoint.
One thing that I'll
and
say
Reggie
though about
Ragland.
Sammy is I going in, if I'd have had Sammy, I feel like I would have had to force him the ball because he is such a playmaker. So it almost kind of relieves me of a little pressure there. So as odd as it may be to say to lose Sammy, it's almost a little bit freeing to not have to feel the need to force a ball to him.
Right.
So
I'm going to go with, because I think any of those three users between the Dolphins, Pats, and Bills could win this division season 1. I'm going to go with Pats fan because of the Patriots roster. Solely because of that in season 1. Followed by the Bills and then the Dolphins, even though I said Cutler might be my breakout player of the cycle, or of the first season at least, the under-the-radar guy, because it's Cutler.
Yeah.
And then the Jets. But those three teams are all going to be competing for division and wild card the whole season.
I think
nice toss play there to Crowell. A nice strip animation. I like that. And the Bears are alive. Prince of Mukamara getting on that football.
Nice.
This is a great preseason game.
This is a great game.
It is, honestly,
right.
yeah.
I am excited about the Bills. I think my defense, as usual with Minnesota, is always defense and then kick field goals and score a touchdown wherever possible. That's going to carry over to Buffalo. So that'll keep me in a lot of games. But I'm going to have to go with Crazy to win the division year 1. I just think that if he can get his passing game on, he is so electric with that. He's got Jarvis Landry. He's got Devontae Parker. He's got Jay Ajayi, like you said. That's a nasty offense if he gets it moving. So I'm going, like you said, in a very close race. Miami, myself, and Buffalo, New England, all around 9 to 11 or 12 wins, competing for wild card and division.
And they picked up Julius Thomas
I
too in the
have
offseason.
Crazy D winning that division. He's kind of like Crazy D's that user. He's like LeBron James. Like you don't bet against LeBron James. Like I don't care if you gutted Crazy D's roster. I feel like he's still gonna dot you up for like 5,000 yards, like with like the weakest quarterback. Like I'm just not gonna bet against him. So I got Crazy D winning the East.
It'll be crucial for him to develop Isaac Asiata, their rookie guard. Pouncey's been regressing. And Tunsil, he's got to develop Tunsil, obviously.
Right.
If the ratings stay true to mattering and O-line actually matters. But yeah, with Wake and
no
William
Edelman.
Hayes coming over there. Yeah, no Edelman, but you got Cooks. And you got probably gassed up
Cooks
Kevin
and
Hogan.
Hogan.
And you got Gronk.
Yep.
A little dump off to Howard there. But Sue and Jordan Phillips in the middle, and Jelani Jenkins, Kiko Alonso. They picked up Timmons. It sucks that they got
Rashad
Timmons
Jones.
and Ray Maluga, but they lost Raekwon in the first freaking play of the preseason, which sucked.
That's nasty. Yeah.
But Byron Maxwell had a nice bounce back season for them. Xavier Howard, a nice developmental guy who we saw shoot up to like a 90 overall by season 3 last cycle. It obviously won't be that easy this year in the CFL to develop players, but especially normal players. Threw the comeback too early, and Madden takes over with the inaccuracy. He threw it too early. Jamar Taylor with the second pick of the game.
All right. Well,
But
it looks like
still
we better
time.
head over to the NFC South.
Yes, sir. Still time and 3 timeouts left for the Bears, so could get the ball back here. Go ahead, UD.
All right. NFC South, we've got in Tampa, we've got Notes.
Yep.
In Carolina, we've got AWOL recently joining the league to replace Baker. We've got Atlanta, we've got Crow, and then we've got Stryker in New Orleans.
The mainstay.
Again, like you said, we've got at least 2, very good users. And then we've got a couple unknowns with both AWOL and Crow, because Crow has shown before that he can compete for divisions when he was in Houston. AWOL has shown that he can go 15-1 in this league, granted a couple cycles ago.
Right.
Stryker is so consistent in New Orleans, and then Notes has done his thing out in LA with the Rams a number of times. Right. So I still got to go with Mr. Consistency in the division. I'm going with Stryker to win that division year one, but I think it's still going to be a very tough division, just like every other division we have. The
thing that interests me, though, is with Stryker, I feel like he's been a slow starter the last 2 cycles with the Saints. I feel like the first season and a half, You're 2 seasons, he's kind of a slow starter, and then he just gains steam as the cycle goes on. And gets better and better, turns out better records. So if I have to bet Stryker or the field, I might bet the field, but I'm not sure who's going to come out of the field. I guess I would lean towards Notes, a revitalized Notes playing in Tampa Bay now with a pretty solid team all around. He's got those. He's got the couple linebackers there with Quan Alexander and Levante David, Noah Spence, Gerald McCoy. And then you got freaking Brait, O.J. Howard, Mike Evans, Deshaun Jackson, Doug Martin, and Jameis. I mean, it'll be a fun team. Yep. Browns look to convert throwing the ball. It got close. Did he get knocked out of bounds too?
Yes, both.
So
short and out of bounds.
A little intrigue here in the preseason.
Jay, what are your thoughts on the division, NFC South? Your former stomping grounds?
Yeah, and because of that, I'm gonna pick Silent Stryker because he's a tough user, man. Like especially his defense.
Best user safety in the league.
Yeah,
he manning that middle. Manning that middle is gonna be difficult for those other teams.
Yep.
I definitely think AWOL's gonna give him a run for his money though.
What do you guys think of? What is going to be the biggest struggle in this division between any of the teams? That was a nice throw to Cruz.
He didn't hang on.
What do you think? What do you think is going to be a bigger struggle? Do you think it's going to be, Cruz coming over to this team? I think this is a bigger offense than he's had before, but I think that defense is, correct me if I'm wrong, probably still a little bit raw. Is that right?
I'll pull up their depth chart, but like Devondre Campbell and some of those like ridiculous athleticism.
Deion Jones, yeah,
just ridiculous athleticism at linebacker, and then you've got what's his name from
Trufant,
Clemson.
Vic Beasley.
Vic Beasley, yeah. Vic Beasley had a nasty season last season for him. Yeah, Deion Jones is an 80 overall. Devondre is a 76, but they have 85 and 89 speed. Kevin White, can the speed get loose? Nice angle taken by Calvin Pryor there to take him down, but getting loose on the C route there.
That offensive line, though, probably needs some work, right?
Alex Mack had an outstanding year getting over there. He's up to a 93 overall. They got Andy Levitre as an 88. Yep. I think that might be overrated. Jake Matthews an 83, still young though. Gross. They got Austin Pazor and then Ryan Schrader at right tackle. They've got a good O-line, man. Really good O-line, honestly, other than their right guard position, which is no problem. And with that,
I think that'll be a fun division to watch too.
Yep. Some more intrigue. Tries to throw it over the top, and the user lurk from Christian Kirksey. Tried to throw it into a tight window deep over the middle, and Strange said no. Slams the door shut on this one.
And he'll take a knee to wrap this ball.
I like having a. Obviously, we weren't giving it the full play-by-play commentary since it's trying to shoot it around here in the Hall of Fame game, but it's nice to see like an actually good competitive game down to the wire. No wacky Madden stuff that popped out other than. I just hate if you mistime the curl, it throws it so far up the field for no reason, honestly. But
right.
But I guess it forces you to be on point with your timing.
Yeah.
Did we get every division?
Yeah, we hit every division. Yeah.
Once again, prime time next Friday, 9 p.m. Eastern on SCTV.
Browns and Steelers.
Browns and Steelers.
Any last thoughts about the league before we sign off?
I got hyped while we were doing this because it's back. It didn't feel like it was 3 months, 4 months off, but it was, and it feels good to be back, man. I could talk about the league. I could talk about the league and all that for like 2 more hours, but I'm not gonna do that. That's crazy. But yeah, I'm excited. We're going to be turning out some content, a lot more YouTube, the streaming on Twitch and YouTube. Twitch was down, so we did it on YouTube tonight, but I'm trying to churn out podcasts on YouTube with visuals. Once again, like I posted the article or posted a little thing on the forums. If you guys can do the simplest things like taking nice, high-quality, close-up screenshots after your games, it'll add so much to our broadcasts and to our podcasts. And I'm going to be working on the graphics packages for the new and improved primetime this week leading up to next game with the cutscenes and everything. And I'll probably, like I said, I'll be posting the primetime schedule so everybody can get with me. And I'll probably be getting with the two teams competing to talk to you guys about your depth charts before the games, since Madden shouts out to any EA devs that could possibly be watching at this point. We need to have an agree to skip presentation in online CFM. It's so beautiful in offline CFM. It makes no sense that they wouldn't have the same agree to skip like FIFA, man. That's been like a 5-year thing. But
That would be amazing. There are some really nice graphics offline.
Yep.
Just love to see it come over to online CFM play.
Enjoyed it, man. I enjoyed it. Two young quarterbacks, saw some nice inaccuracies from them. I feel like 12 quarterback accuracy might have been halfway decent. We got to keep tweaking.
Yep, a little bit of tweaking, not too much.
And then have a patch shit on our parade.
Really like seeing what the Browns can do on defense. I think this is a really nice young team. Duke and Crowell are going to be a nice
tandem.
Thunder Lightning combo back there. I really want to see what Strange can do with that combo.
What was the play, just from a Madden being better this year standpoint, that stood out to you guys? We had a few, and honestly, mine was seeing Mitchell Trubisky break away from a 64 speed D tackle. Even when you do tweaks on
well, that was Kaiser.
Kaiser breaking away from Eddie Goldman. That's right. Even if you do tweaks to the speed threshold, which this is at 50 default right now, you hardly ever see that. You see diving, warp, shoestring tackles, or you don't see the acceleration and the speed takeover, which we did there. So that was the one that stood out to me and was really nice. Also, there was that across the field out route where Trubisky was getting hit and he threw it inaccurately out of bounds. I like that as well.
Yeah, those were really nice.
The touch pass over the top. There was a nice touch pass over the top on a corner route.
That's the one I was going to say.
To the left sideline.
Yeah.
The Kaiser one? Yeah.
The Kaiser touchdown to Njoku on the corner that he touched it in there perfectly. That was very nice.
Or how about that juke between two people on the sideline?
Yep, Duke with the juke was nice. Trying to think from the Bears' perspective.
Nice little step in there from Jabril Peppers to break that up, and then Jamar Taylor with the goofy Madden deflection pick from point blank range with the amazing reactions.
One of the things, I know it's been in Madden's past, so this isn't necessarily brand new to the Madden, but just the continued ability to be able to work the pocket. We saw both quarterbacks do it a number of times, but especially that one out route that you referenced, Quasi, where he drove the pocket through the out route to the left.
Yeah, that was nasty.
On the Pats X drag. That's an underrated part of being a good quarterback on this game. If you can work the pocket, it can actually pay off for you in a big way. Because you can stay clean and get yourself a new, spot to throw from.
Yeah, if you can keep that pocket in your peripheral, if you know your routes, obviously you should know what the routes are because you can see the play art. If you can keep your eye kind of on the pocket to see where you got to step up at angles and stuff, it definitely can benefit you and buy time for a certain route to get open and for coverage to break down. A lot of people drift backwards and then edge rushing is just easy. A lot of people get to the back of their drop and then are holding down because they want to think it's going to buy them more time, and in reality it's just allowing a speed rusher to get up the field more and beat the tackles.
And one thing, especially with these two quarterbacks, and something that I've got in Buffalo, Jay, you've got this in Tennessee. If you can step up in that pocket, now all of a sudden you've created more time to see the defense break down, and you've created yourself a running lane.
Right.
So with
Duke Johnson
that.
juke,
Oh.
man.
He
that
gone.
juke.
And that's
Boom,
way more
boom.
exciting with these slider adjustments than just because that's easy peasy in default Madden.
Look at that
Lift
missed tackle,
under,
Yeah.
buddy.
too.
Ooh.
It's nasty, man. Crossed right under his arm,
boom.
under the arm tackle too. I like that spinning
Yeah.
away animation, and I'm consistently grossed out by the lack of sideline immersion from EA, from Madden. But hey, at least they made some improvements this year. We can't dog them completely, but there's so many things from a presentation wise. They talk about how real
There's
the
a
game
touch
is
pass.
and stuff this year. That's a
And
nice touch
accuracy.
pass. Yeah, that subtle
Yeah.
inaccuracy, that diving catch from the rook, David and
was in-
Joku.
Was that Callahan and Trail? I think it was. No,
Nope.
Quentin Demps.
Bum.
Great game. Lots of nice individual plays. Good to see some of the O-line play out there. It seemed like ratings mattered quite a bit,
Ooh.
not exclusively.
Right on that play right there, you saw Miles Garrett with a nice rip through move on him.
But their cornerback was the one already coming through.
Yeah, the corner was
and
coming through, but
forced a
he
quick throw.
worked Leno. That was nice.
Yeah,
He
there's
worked
another one
Leno
that he
again,
actually-
dipped the shoulder.
that's a nice one. Yeah.
And that was a nice connection
That's
to
one-
Victor Cruz there.
That's one thing that's very difficult to play against Speak.
Gets rid of the ball.
If he knows he has to get rid of the ball, he's very good at making those quick reads
Yeah.
when he's on his game.
That back of the end zone attempt.
Throw it on the
Dak
back.
Miller cut across
shoulder.
the face of Jabril. Is that Jabril back there?
Can't tell.
I think it's Jabril. He's got the sleeve on. Yeah, he cut
Yes,
right
it
across
is.
the face. I like that.
Oh, is that
Actually,
Jabril?
no, it looked like
wearing
number 30
30.
or something. Yeah, that wasn't Jabril.
Yes. No.
Jake T, this is not on Operation Sports. We run our league through our own website, which I posted there. Top 5 teams in the league. There's a good one. I like it. A viewer that is not part of
Yeah.
the league commenting. Top 5 teams in the league. We'll not do users, I guess, but it's tied to users.
Well,
but we'll say the team names.
it's tied to
He doesn't know the users.
Okay.
So off rip, Lions, number 1. Defending Super Bowl champs.
Lions won.
5-time, 6-time champ, whatever he is, over the course of 19 seasons. So
Yep.
we'll go Lions 1. The
Now's
CFL
where the debate
power
starts.
rankings top 5 is coming out right now. At least our top 5. All right, I gotta pull up standings. I gotta pull up a list of teams so I don't forget who I'm talking about. You guys
gonna
can
say-
spitball. I had something written up with back.
Yeah, I agree.
little while
I'm
ago.
gonna say Lions won. For the time being, I'm gonna say Dolphins.
Dolphins, really interesting.
Yeah. No, I do think Crazy is I think Crazy with that team is gonna be very good. I would say. This is where it gets tough. I feel like after Cody in Detroit, there is so much depth across the league. It's so difficult.
All right, this is the top 5 that we had written up.
Oh, what about CP?
It was
That's why
Lions 1.
Denver was close.
It was Lions 1, Denver 2, Panthers 3, but Baker's gone now, so I'll slide them out.
Right.
Patriots 3, Dolphins 4, Saints 5. That was the top 5 that we had.
I was gonna slide CP in, Striker in, and 5 was gonna be a toss-up between a bunch of teams with Pats included, myself maybe up there, back at Currency. It gets super thick after right there. So Lions, Broncos, Patriots, Dolphins, Saints in some order.
Yep, and that after number 1 is going to jumble and move all year round with teams like the Texans, Bears, Packers, Cowboys, Steelers, Eagles, Bills, Giants, Colts, Browns, Ravens, Bucks.
Yeah.
It'll
Yeah.
jumble up.
We've got a lot of parity in the CFL. A lot of top-level parity, too.
Yeah, top level.
That's what's
parity
awesome.
For sure. and we're hoping to elevate the guys who have been at the bottom. We're hoping to elevate some game this year and not be selfish. Trying to get in the lab with some young men.
Strange is jealous that he wasn't on the top 5 initially.
He's laughing at Walk, I think. I hope. Maybe. Possibly.
I don't think so, because we didn't list Walk at all.
Kenny said Walk is the greatest user ever.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, Jake, Tannehill is hurt in our league. We play with week 1 rosters with all suspensions and all injuries, all real-life injuries on to start our season out. So we try to keep it real out here and eliminate the Madden goofiness from some of the gameplay things that can happen in the game. And we do a lot of other tweaks with our roster management and contracts and all that kind of stuff to keep it real as well. Now, I could talk CFL skills all night, man, but it's about that time.
Contract scales back in full force again?
It's about that time. I need to get a scrimmage in right now. Contract scales are always going to be in effect, I feel like. And I cannot believe that Madden did us like this with this free agency again, man, where you can see who is going to win every time.
Just hide the points. That's all we need to do for multiplayer CFM.
Use the points
hide
and
the
hide
points. You can use the points still behind the scenes. Just hide them.
Nem Grant is already a member of the CFL. He's one of our first CFL fans. Speaker's gone offline. At a Hall of Fame game, though. Again, to recap, we had Khalil Mack. We had Alshon Jeffrey. We had Joey Bosa. We had a surprise in James Bradbury. And to round it out, the obvious one, the most obvious one, Amir Abdullah, running back, Detroit Lions, out of nowhere.
All 5 very, very deserved inductees into our Hall of Fame.
And again, we'll throw up that primetime schedule, which kicks off with Steelers and Browns next Friday night, followed by a Week 2 matchup, Cowboys and Broncos, renewing that Eagles-Cowboys rivalry of CP and D11. Then we're going to jump all the way to Week 6 with the Lions and the Saints. Week 10, Lions and Saints, this is going to be a great one. Week 10, Patriots and again the Broncos. That'll be an intriguing one. It's also a night game, which is another reason why I picked it. So we have a night game during prime time. Week 11, Titans and Steelers. Week 14, Pats and Finns.
That'd be a great.
And week 17, we could have a triple dip, a double dip, something. It depends on how those races pan out. Colts and Texans. I think we might have Packers Lions that week. Pull up the week 17 schedule. And then we got Bills and Dolphins. We could all have 3 sets of games competing for a division and wild card spots all in week 17. And Jake, we will be doing these commentaries. We have podcasts we'll be posting to YouTube weekly, and then these broadcasts will be sporadic weekly. Based off of the schedule you see here, we do 3 games per week in our Madden League, so we're doing 1 primetime game out of those 3 weeks in real life, 1 week time period. So it'll switch up, but appreciate the sub, bro. There's no sub fee, no. Appreciate you checking us out. Appreciate Nem for stopping by too. It was nice to get some viewers out here. That is our goal.
Did you say Nem already joined the site?
I don't know. He's a fan, though. I can see it.
He's a fan.
Interacting with our league. That's the goal, man, to elevate our league this year through social media and on YouTube, Twitch, however we're going to stream it. Start Kenny, HVG at Gmail. Oh, man. Anyway, man, I'm signing out. If anybody wants to play a scrim on the sliders, I'm down right now. I'm hyped. CFL is back.
Awesome game. Speak Strange. Awesome commentary. Quasi Jay, it's been awesome.
Let's give Kenny's song some more burn, Jay. Jay, send us out with some knowledge, and let's get this freaking Kenny Supertramp shit back on here again.
Yeah, I'm trying to hear that J.R. Smith. Like, I don't want to hear that it's on your iPad, Kenny. Like, I need that in a spot where I can listen to it whenever I feel like listening to it, Kenny. So get that J.R. Smith up, man.
I wanted to listen
30
to it
shots,
last,
20 miss,
I wanted to
bro.
listen to it last playoffs, last finals when he wouldn't shoot the ball.
If y'all, what's Kenny's SoundCloud? We should just shout him out. What's the
Savage
SoundCloud
Wolf,
link?
Savage Wolf, and the L is a 1. Now, yeah, we're out of here. CFL SimChampions, we out.
Oh,
Shouts out Kenny Supertramp with the fire.
Hello. Yo, yo. Madden. Madden 18. 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 Teams Madden hating. Rookies. Super Bowl's a bitch. She bad and waiting. Tagging your bitch, man, it ain't the same thing. Not a clown, but admit I just need a little bit. I just need a little hit. I got a little track set, finna get lit. Got a quarterback sack filled with the shit. Corner for a rag, man, a bitch better sit. I'm so fucking sick, hit the fucking truck stick. Put her on her back, that's laying on her six. She down when I touch, she dance with a pick. She run when it's tough, she throw like a trick. Defending when it's rough, but hole getting slick. I'm back with the lines in the trench, mastermind. Back with the shine, defense gonna grind. Offensive when it's time, I'm out of my mind. I'll kill you on a rhyme, yeah. Madden 18, Madden 18, Madden 18. In a pod, we burning grass on the sod. Yeah, we cuddled up, we know it's hard. Yeah, she believe in God, she screaming yes, plus her head nod. We out of shape, but right now we got the best bods. Whoa, we can't remember last night, like we got roofied by Allen. What happened? Xanax to my jugular by the gallon. Yeah, give me the water, give me the talent. I'm jumping with Carter, my effort was valiant. I'm genetically challenged, I had to be smarter than a 5th grader. What? I'll pound a fifth, I'll see you later. Bye, fucking hater. I'm your papa, Darth Vader. I control my tone like the dial of a camera phone. Zooming in with 2K, sharper than HD, sharper than 4K. Writing raps is my forte. Playing 2K, I'm KD. I Blue Jays in the car with KT. Back to back like we in Toronto lately. I got a problem. I'm at my best when I text. I hate when we speak. I wonder if you're judging me. Is my game on fleek? Am I clean? Do I reek? Is my flow rapid like a river? Smooth, not a creek. What's the drop? What's the leak? 7 days in a week. More than a prime numbers defy the peak. Let's play hide and seek. I'll find you every time. I gotta make you mine. I got you on my mind. Baby girl, you're so fine. You're the wax to my shine. You're the dab to my dome. Me and you alone at home. We be roaming by the Coliseum like we be in Rome. Down Figueroa, I get to know ya. Hop on the 10 through my city, I'ma show ya. Take your titties out in my pad, get you on my sofa. God damn, that pussy tastes like cherry soda. Time to blaze it up like we in the motor. Winking out tickets, gotta meet the quota. God, make me wiser when I'm older, please. I stay surprised when I known it was over. I love your high, but I know when I'm sober. You're just another hoe. That's right. And I'm glad it's over. Kenny.